Hi, friends, and a very pleasant good evening as we welcome you and come to you tonight from Helling Stadium here in Ellwood City, Pennsylvania, where the Ellwood City Wolverines are playing the Neshannock Lancers. Special night here as we're getting ready to kick. Just about 10 minutes away from kickoff. Thank you for joining us. My name is Thad Sturgeon, alongside producer and broadcast engineer Brad Windhorst. How you doing this week, Brad?
Oh, not too bad. A very good week. A nice warm week in the classrooms, but a very good one at that. Just a little FYI for everybody watching at home. Tonight, the traffic tonight in terms of internet is a little bit busy, so if the stream does randomly drop out, please be patient, refresh the page, but we should be good on our end, and hopefully we can bring you a pretty good game tonight.
Yeah, it should be a good game. We're going to see a pretty good team in the Neshannock Lancers coming in with a record of 2-1, 2-0 in the conference. The two conference wins are against crosstown rival Riverside, along with they beat a Mohawk team here a couple weeks ago as well. Neshannock, a pretty hard-hitting team, sitting pretty well in the standings, and it's going to be I would think if you were from the outside looking in, you would say Neshannock would have the advantage here tonight. But then again, it is Friday the 13th.
Right.
And we are dealing with a full moon. So Stay right here with us all night, folks, and we'll see what our Wolverines can do. Coming off a tough loss last weekend against a very good New Brighton
Lions team.
Lions team.
And tonight, while we're talking about the conference standings, on your screen right now is the conference standings. You can see there right now, Freedom Bulldogs leads the way with a 3-0, 2-0 conference play. Right behind them is that up-and-coming New Brighton Lions, 3-0, 2-0 in conference play. Then followed by Neshannock. Shenango pulling off a wild upset. A wild game against Western Beaver Saturday night. It was a 7:30 start. It was a beautiful night for that. They were actually doing, if I'm correct, on Trib, the audio broadcast of that game, so I was able to watch it or listen to it. And then also Western Beaver there at 0-1, Ellwood City 0-1, and then both teams, surprise teams if you ask me, Riverside and Mohawk, both teams last year that were in the playoffs. So a little different story. That's what usually happens from year out. Basically take the conferences and flip it every once in a while.
Yep, and that does happen. And it's, like I said, we're just in week 3 here. But really, a surprise for me as I look at that is Shenango. They've already won more games this year than they did all of last year. A team that we're going to see here a couple weeks down the road. We expected New Brighton to be good, and Freedom. They're ranked in the top 5 in the 2A and the WPI.
Correct.
I think they're at number 4 this week.
I believe they are number 4.
So as always, Ellwood City seems to play in them conferences where there's always some really good teams that they have to face and come up against. So, Brad, your keys to the game. Now, first we'll do weather.
Right. Tonight's weather looks real great. We're looking at 79 degrees, a little bit of a wind. I think that's going to maybe play a factor later on. Right now, it looks like there is no wind. But the humidity. Humidity's up to 65% this week, so it is a little bit warm. It's going to be just like last week where maybe a half hour to an hour into this game, it's going to be very sweaty. I think after an hour, half, or something like that, or until halftime, it's going to cool down. The nice thing is we do not have a glare.
Yes, we got some clouds overhead. We do not deal with that sun glare. Is a chance of rain out there. I think looking like we'll get this game in before that moves in.
Now talking about your keys to success, I think for Neshannock, that running back, number 34, I believe it's Braden Gannock, he's run for 400-plus yards this year already, more impactful on the scoring end. He has scored 7 touchdowns. He's got 42 of their team's points this year so far. So their number one key is obviously running the ball. Time of possession, I think, will be key, too. Neshannock loves to run the ball. I think they're kind of playing like somewhat what we do. We try to keep the ball, try to run that clock down, and limit the possessions for the other team. And then finally, as always, turnovers. For Ellwood, establish the run. I think last week we kind of struggled with it. I'd like to get back to that. That Tyler Powell against Sarah Catholic definitely showed us some really good runs there that is potential for this team. Get vertical. I'm waiting for it. We said about it last week. Yes. I'm waiting for it. There's one of these games coming up. You're going to see a pass more than 20 yards down the field. I'm waiting for it. And then finally, obviously, capitalize. You got to capitalize on drives. That's key, especially when both teams are run first than anything else. You have to establish the run and then also capitalize on those drives.
Yes, Brad, you brought up some very, very good points there for both teams, and I don't think we talked about it post-game last week. Tyler Powell ran the ball 22 times. He was the workhorse, and he had 66 yards at the end of the game.
Right.
That's over a 4-yard average, and that you would take that because in that, not to be skewed, there was no 25, 30-yard run in that to make those numbers inflated. You'll take that 4, 5, 6 yards every time, but you don't want to see them negative yards, them
right.
negative no gain or getting sacked. We really don't keep track of sacks like we do in college or that, but we see a lot of them. So that's kind of, you would think we'd have the identity by now, but it's nothing.
It's been
really
a struggle, but the nice thing is our schedule this year is forgiving. Our first 2 games are non-conferences, only 1 conference loss. So now's the time to make those adjustments.
Got to turn it on.
Right.
If you haven't noticed with the camera, it is cheer night. Tradition has been going on here for quite a while. Cheer night, so we have all the Ellwood City cheerleaders, I think from probably Mighty Mites or all the way down. There's girls down there from 4 or 5 years old all the way up to our varsity cheerleaders. I'm going to guess there's probably 80 cheerleaders down there on the sideline. So a wonderful tradition that they've been doing here for a number of years now, and so nice to see all the cheerleaders out there showing their support.
If you haven't caught it, sorry, I can't even talk. If you haven't caught it on the screen, they did show the toss there. Ellwood City did win the coin toss, did defer. It will be Neshannock's ball to start off in the first half, going from left to right on your screen. Ellwood will kick off.
Okay, just 3 minutes away here from kickoff for this game. Brad, I don't know if you got a chance to talk to Coach Wolverines coach by Coach LaMenza. I see number 50 down there, Andy Vrabel. He's one of the starting linemen for the team. He's without pads and a helmet and his street clothes. So assuming stomach, abdomen. Okay.
Yeah, there's an issue there. I know they said that Andy Vrabel will be out of this game, and Noah Bunny will be replacing him on the line for tonight's game. So one little change.
So the other one? Anthony Spadafora. Oh, that's number 27. Colby here runs the huddle clock, and he's pretty involved with the team. So we're getting filtered some information from Colby. Anthony Spadafora, and he had a lot of tackles. He could be missed in that backfield. So, hey, we're up ready for kickoff here. They kind of jumped that clock ahead on us, but that's fine. Kicking off is Ryan Gibbons from the 40. Kicks the ball, end-over-end kick, taken at the 18-yard line by number 23. Makes a shifty move to the left, up to the right. He's up to the 40, 45. Got a key block there. All the way out to the 48-yard line was number 23, DJ de Blasio, a senior, 5'5", 155-pound for Neshannock. So great field position. That return of about 31 yards.
Now, DJ is the second featured running back. He's run over 200-plus yards,
correct.
so he's the second feature on this team.
We're going to be calling his number again. We have Neshannock, 2 rushers, one over 400, and the other one just over 200 in 2 games early on here. Coming out in the shotgun is Neshannock. Pass. We got a flag on that play. That ball was dropped by number 1, Cameron Owens. So
I want to say it was a false start. I can't tell if it was a lineman, but I believe it was actually one of the wide receivers left too early on our side, possibly for that false start. But it's definitely a false start against Neshannock. Backing it up.
That ball back 5 yards. Going to be a 1st and 15. So the quarterback for Neshannock on the season so far, he's 12 for 35. Well, 12 for 35 for 260 yards. So they don't throw the ball a lot, obviously, 35 times. But another thing is they've not really been trailing in any games either. Very much to have to do that. Back to action here in the shotgun. There's a handoff up to the man. Oh, hit there hard. Number 9 made the initial hit. That was Peyton O'Brien, but coming in to clean it up was big number 44, Storm Chambers. Going to give him a pickup of 2 on that play. That runner, was that 23, Brad?
Yep. No, sorry, 34.
34, Braden Gennick.
Greenock, something like it. Greenock, I think.
Greenock. We got it right now. Okay, spreading them all out here is Neshannock. Wolverines, 4 men up on the line. 3 to the right, 1 left, back to pass. Dancing around there, being chased by Storm. Oh, he took out the referee. Up over the right side. Wow. I guess we saw that's a back judge go down into the play. He scrambled on that play, not for positive yardage. We're going to have a small timeout here as they attend to that's the back judge, right?
Correct, yeah.
That judge was behind
actually
the play
official.
The official was where he should be. He's up now. He made the call for timeout. But he kind of got in the way between Storm Chambers and the quarterback, and Storm won. Knocked the guy down, but he's up on his own. Well, classy move there by Storm. Came over, helped the man up. We don't have their names. I didn't get that. But we're going to we're just going to the sidelines now. And I tell you, in Storm, it was just wrong place, wrong time for that guy.
Right.
Storm was in pursuit, and when Storm turned, I don't even think he saw him there. And a pickup of 3 on the play. Going to be 3rd and 10 when we come back to live action. So you said Noah Bunny there earlier. I wanted to make mention his mom, Carla, did the football dinner last night. Every Thursday night they do that dinner that local businesses or parents can do, and I reached out today to find out who did that, and Carla did that. So,
and I know other football teams do that, but yeah, it's just neat to hear that tradition. Just hear something from the community, something positive to give back to the team. I know we've even been invited to those even last year and whatnot. Unfortunately, both of our schedules are a little bit tight for that, but we were even invited at sometimes, which is great.
All the coaching staff is there, so it makes for a nice evening. So he's up. He's been up for a while now, assuming his position where he should be, and appears to be okay. We'll keep an eye on that, but it really is amazing. I mean, they do a great job training these guys on where not to be to get hit. And unfortunately, that time, he was just there.
Right in the line.
Big 3rd down here for the Wolverines defense. 4 wideouts, back to pass, going deep, nobody home, overshot him. 3 and out for the Wolverines defense. And that's just Coach Lamenza, them guys down there, couldn't have drew that up any better, scripted that any better than what they did. So, 4th down, ball falls incomplete. Nativio, and I really don't even know who he was throwing to out there, Brad. There was as many Wolverines as there was Neshannock Lancers in the vicinity. So, back to receive the punt for the Wolverines is Ashton Wilson. Punting for Neshannock. We got a flag. Let's see what this return is. It may be coming back. But ball is bouncing down. Going to be down there about the 12-yard line. But let's wait and see what the flag was back here. Could be looking at a procedure.
Yeah, from the judge on this side shows a false start. He was looking at Coach Lamenza saying whether they want to re-kick or not. For sure. You definitely forced them to re-kick here.
Yeah, re-kick. Because that was a 48-yard 48-yard kick. So, pick the laundry back up off the grass here at Helling Stadium.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I believe they went with Weatherby at quarterback. I believe that was number 9 passing, actually.
Oh, was it?
So far. I believe so. They do use two quarterbacks, and I'm wondering if it was number 9.
Okay.
Hold that thought, but I believe it was number 9.
Okay. All right, we're going to punt again, 4th and 15. Ball, they'll be punting from their 43-yard line. It's the punt. Not much rush by the Wolverines, much shorter kick. Ball taken there by Ashton Wilson at the 35-yard line. That penalty was costly.
Yep.
That was you had ball at the 12-yard line or the ball at the 35. So nice field position start here for the Wolverines offense. We've seen it.
Only a kick of 18 yards, and that was by their running back, Neshannock, number 34.
Neshannock. Okay, number 34 was also doing on the punting side. So Wolverines offense, their first time, 10:40 left to go here in this first quarter. So got Powell's in that backfield. Gibbons under center, hand off to Powell. Met there quickly in the backfield. He did get back to the original line of scrimmage. Taken down there by,
I believe, number 55.
Number 55, Joey Antuano. Does that name ring a bell?
Right.
So I think is his dad the coach of the Ellwood City boys basketball
Maybe.
team?
I don't know.
There's a connection here. So, but not 100% sure of that.
I tell you what,
First
Neshannock,
and 10, for 2nd and 9, gave him 1 yard on that.
comparing Neshannock to other teams, they're not necessarily the biggest team on that defensive line.
They're not. There's a handoff to Powell. Following his blockers, taken down there by number 51, Andy Presner. Not much there on that play for Powell, his 2nd carry of the night. Out there for the Wolverines on the line, we got number 57, Benjamin Bobbert. Number 53, Cameron Reynolds. Rodney Grimes, he's in there, isn't he? Yep, Rodney,
Yep.
number 74. Noah Bunny out there, too, as we said, on the line filling in for Vrabel with the out this week.
We got, looks like 3 wides and 1 tight end and 1 card side.
Oh, Gibbons, quick pass there. A little bit behind Ashton. Wouldn't have been enough for a first down. A little different play development there that we've seen from the Wolverines. But ball falls incomplete. So that's going to be now punting is Gibbons for the Wolverines. Who's number 16? He's right on for Ellwood. So back to receive. Oh, duck punt there for Gibbons. Ball goes out of bounds at the 48-yard line. How far was that punt?
We're looking at right around about
8 yards.
Actually more, just a little bit more, about 16 yards. So very similar. It's kind of like the same field position here.
All right. So, yes, I was looking at the wrong marker on the sidelines. I apologize. So, Neshannock taking over after the punt at their own 46-yard line, sending the man in motion. Handoff there, that left side. Positive yardage up about the 5-yard line. Taken down there, number 72. Takes down number 34, Gennick. That was Benjamin Bobbert on the stop. So ball right on that 50-yard line for the Wolverines. Bringing up a 2nd down. They're going to give him a 2nd down and 6. So there's no sun tonight, but I think it is hotter in here last week.
It is warmer. The humidity is a lot higher.
Yeah. So 2nd and 6, ball right at midfield. There's a jet sweep around there. Number 11, contained there.
What
nice
a tackle.
take at home play.
That was by number 8, Zach Gatto.
Zach Gatto hit him hard. Zach is down, not getting up real fast on the play, but trying that end around, and Zach was there to meet him. That was Gennick on the carry.
Yes.
On that. No, that was number 11.
Or no, that was number 11. Sorry, that was a jet sweep there.
Jet sweep by Spencer Perry, and he ran right into Zach Gatto. Unfortunately, Zach is down on the grass right now, so getting looked at. So let's just take a quick time out here. No score here. 8:20 left to go here in the first quarter.
Okay, guys, coming back here real quick, we're just going to give you guys an update. The player is number 8, Zach Gatto. They do have the stretcher out. They have all the doctors there. This looks like it's a precautionary thing. They do have the helmet off. They're talking to Zach Gatto. They're working with them. So just give us some patience here. We'll let you look at the ads and whatnot, and we'll come back with the update with what's going on. So there we go. Today's broadcast is brought to you by EllwoodCity.org, the unofficial site for Ellwood City News. Venezi Sporting Goods and Apparel, your hometown store for all your custom apparel needs and printable sportswear for all types of groups. And by WXED 107.3, located in downtown Ellwood City, bringing you your rocking needs.
Welcome back, folks. Unfortunate turn of events here, but Zach Gatto was just carted off the field. We really don't know much. He was made to tackle on the play. We're up here in the press box. We're not going to speculate on anything. I didn't look at the clock to see what the delay was, but when something like that happens, every precautionary thing is done to take just to make sure everything.
You take everything into account, make sure that nothing's.
Don't know, and we are not saying because we've not heard anything.
Right. The good thing is we did
guarded.
see his football helmet come off, his straight jacket, and the shoulder pads.
Yeah.
That's usually a good sign. If it's something usually serious, they don't do that, so that is a good sign.
So that came off. The staff here at the stadium was quick out there with the stretcher. I know his mom, Holly. I saw Holly out there on the field, and I'm sure we'll once we hear anything, we'll let you know. So after the delay, some of the players are now taking some time to stretch out. I did not look at the clock to see how long that delay was, but now letting the players, of course, both sidelines, taking a knee during that, waiting to see for that to happen. So the officials now giving the players a couple minutes just to get loosened back up.
Get warmed up
and,
again.
Warmed up.
During that time, for those who it still matters, I took a moment and looked down, and I got an ESPN alert. The Chicago Cubs are, I believe, up 17-7 on the Pirates right now as we speak.
Driving in here, Stephen Brault, who was pitching really good.
Right.
In the last 75 innings, he didn't give up 5 home runs. In the first 2 innings tonight, he gave up 5 home runs and out of 10 RBI. The wind was blowing out at Wrigley today. So Brad made a point here. Riverside is playing Western Beaver at Blackhawk Stadium tonight. And that is part of the 100-year anniversary of the NFL. And the Pittsburgh Steelers, I think they're doing this every week.
I believe so.
Where they're picking a team to kind of make their featured. And with Western Beaver's coach being Derek Moy, who played Penn State guy, which we all love, Penn State. Penn State, and then he went on to play for the Steelers, and now he's coaching at Western Beaver. And so that's why, if you see anything tonight, that is why that game is being taken place there at Blackhawk. Western Beaver games are usually played on Saturday afternoon, so it kind of worked out that they can go up there and do that.
Now that you said Penn State, I'm wondering if that's also plugged too, because I don't know if you've heard, Thad, there is a big, Penn State Pitt game tomorrow night.
Yeah.
Or actually tomorrow afternoon.
Pretty good. It should be pretty good. I've actually had 2 friends that are Pitt fans that offered me their tickets because they kind of know it's going to be a bloodbath. Not that we predict the future, but no, we'll see. It should be a good game. I like the rivalry. I went to Penn State. It should be a game that's played every year. Pitt.
Being a Michigan fan,
Penn
you
State.
probably already know who I'm betting on. So
yeah. You root for whoever's playing Penn State, just like I root for anybody that plays against Michigan.
Right.
Who they had a fun time last week.
They did.
What do they call that? The triple option?
Oh, yeah. It's a triple option feature. Not many teams do it anymore. It is insane to defend.
And Jim Harbaugh don't have it figured out. He just gets lucky every now and
then. A great person posted a picture. It was actually the superintendent for Laurel High School, Mr. Rich, who I work for at the CTC, actually posted a picture of the side, not the side view, but the end zone view. And he was showing how the triple option, there is a gap that is never filled, and Michigan did not make those adjustments. You got to fill that gap, and they didn't do it. It's an easy teaching thing, but here's the problem. Your defense is set for 12 other games with a different defense. So that's tough to make adjustments. But, hey, a win's a win. It's not pretty, but it is what it is.
It's if you've known many people that are Michigan fans, they always have an excuse. Folks, we're just letting the players here. They're warming up after the delay to the injury. We're about 4 minutes into this game, and we've had an official get knocked down, and he's back up and back in the game. and then the junior Zach Gatto for the Wolverines.
Both teams have had the ball at least once. Neshannock's working on their second drive. Only 6 yards between the two teams so far. So uneventful on that aspect, but everything else you can think of going on. Again, it is cheer night, so we will try to feature the cheerleaders as much as possible. They're, like Thad said, there's at least 80 down there, if not more.
Yeah, it is just a nice tradition that they've been doing here for quite some time. So we're waiting here. Next week we travel to
Freedom, the Bulldogs.
The Bulldogs, and that is a 7:30 start.
I believe so. Still hasn't made it quote unquote official just yet, but I believe it's a 7:30 Friday night start. Should be a good one. Should be pretty good. They always are very good hosts. They have a very good press box, so I know we'll be luxury. It's always neat to see that stadium because if you've never been to their stadium, literally if you go on the back side, the visitor side, and you look right over, you can see down over the valley. You can see all the houses built in the side of the hill, and then all the train tracks, all the actual train tracks going through.
Yeah. So looking forward to going down there to Freedom. We haven't played at Freedom for
it's been a while.
It's been about 5 years, I'm going to say. So. No.
Not sure if they gave us an official time limit on here, but I know they usually give the players at least 4 minutes of time-wise. That way they're ready to go when they go back together and start this getting going here shortly. All the refs and the officials are all together right at the 50-yard line. So we'll see how long this takes. I think they're going to do this for a little bit more. Well, check that. Ellwood's team is coming to the sideline. Neshannock is running a couple 50-yard little short sprints here. So I believe we're on the verge here of getting underway back in the first quarter. A long first quarter for the first time this year. Something different. We will have all the halftime stats, the halftime performers. We'll have the two bands playing and performing. Neshannock's band is big and here live, ready to go. So we'll have two great performances at halftime, and we'll also bring those out-of-town scores. There's some big Midwestern Conference matchups, but most of them don't occur until tomorrow. So tonight it's this game here, Riverside at Western Beaver, and then there's two more tomorrow. So one more tomorrow. So some neat stuff going on there. So we'll take a little break here, and we'll get going here shortly.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you. Hey, Packy, he going to Ellwood or are they taking him somewhere else? Okay. Welcome back, folks. After the stretch out there from Zach Gatto, Zach Gatto is on his way en route to the hospital right now. We'll keep you informed on anything that's going on. Back to action here, 3rd and 10. Pass over the middle, dropped by number 2. That pass was, who was quarterback there?
Number 9. So they are going with number 9, Weatherby.
Weatherby in there, quarterback right now. And that was taken to Matt Nativio. Ball falls incomplete. We're back to 4th down. So after the lengthy delay here, 8:15 left to go. Back to receive is Ashton Wilson. There's the punt. High snap, but he gets it down. Kick there. Going to go out of bounds at about the 30-yard line. So this will be Ellwood City's second possession. And we've really just played this game between the 30-yard lines, from one to the other.
24-yard punt on that. So the field position, both teams have had really good field position, actually. Just nobody's been able to capitalize. Only 6 yards so far between 3 drives. So hopefully we can get something going here. Some nice field position at the 30 going forward.
For the Wolverines on their second possession of the night. 2 wide out to the right, to the left. Handoff there. Is that Powell? Not much running room there for Tyler. I give him no gain on the play. So Espadafora out of the game. We saw him playing some wide receiver. It looks to me like early on in this game, Sammy DiCaprio, number 28, is coming in there as a wide receiver. Number 74, Rodney Grimes, the center tonight. Been the starting center all year. Gibbons under center. Got Storm in the backfield. Handoff there to Tyler. Nice hard running there up over left tackle. Hit and taken down there. Missed who got the tackle on that one.
I think we'll be calling that number 55, Joey Antuano, here a couple more times.
Yes, he's just an 11th grader. 6 foot, 265 pounds. And you would think 260. He does not look fat. He's just big. He's big. So on this 3rd and 6, Gibbons in his shotgun. Settles down there. Oh, Ashton Wilson in and out of the hands. Ball went up in the air. Ball falls incomplete. So 3 and out for the Wolverines. So it's now 4th down. 4th and 6, ball on the 34-yard line. So back to receive is number 11, Kurt Summerfield, along with number 23, DJ de Blasio. Gibbons with the punt. High kick this time, much better punt. Taken there at the 36-yard line by number 11. Ridden down there by number 44, Storm Chambers. Nice
Good
play
tackle
by Storm. Aggressive heads-up play there at the 45-yard line. So about an 8-yard return on that punt by number 11, Kurt Summerfield. So we got Freedom next week, and then week after that is homecoming weekend. And for those of you wondering, Colby got a date. We're all excited about that. Colby, a junior here, helps out with the football team with the camera, and really fun kid to have up here in the press box. In the shotgun, on the keeper, knocked there by Storm Chambers. Good stop by Storm, 3 yards in the backfield. Number 9, Weatherby in there at quarterback, and on the keeper was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide with Storm Chambers coming in there off the defensive end. Saw Storm this week at Giant Eagle. Storm works there and had a nice conversation with him. He knows the team's been struggling, but still had that positive attitude, showing that senior leadership. And,
I was going to say, you need that leader.
Great, and that fire. I mean, you can see the fire in his eyes. He wants to win. Weatherby handoff there to number 23. Nice job there, defense. This defense is a little different story here tonight. They are swarming to the ball. Tyler Powell, number 23, coming in the backfield there to make the stop. He had someone else with him. Who was that? Was that Storm again? But really no gain on the play. Got in the press box in here with us too, Mr. Leroy Cortez, helping spot numbers and whispering some things in my ear to shout out to you. Always good to see you, Leroy. Thanks for coming up and helping out. So 3rd and 13.
Talk about leadership. Storm Chambers, just like last year's senior, Colton Cunningham, middle linebacker. Not only that, but leading the team in tackles.
Is he now?
Yep.
Okay. That doesn't surprise me. 3rd and 13. In the shotgun is Weatherby. Back to pass. He has a little bit of time. Fires the ball down there, and that ball incomplete. That was on the ground. I would have called it that way. I think that was a good call. Had a small seam there for what would be receiver. Was that number 23 out there? We're trying to receive that ball.
I believe so.
De Blasio out of the backfield went streaking down that right sideline, and a lot of traffic over there. Good hard throw, just a little bit too low.
I'm a little bit surprised. We're going to have to take some time at halftime to figure out what's going on. I believe they're not playing number 4 at quarterback yet, which surprises me.
Yeah, Nativio. Oh, here's the punt. Ashton up there. Makes the running catch to 35. Gets it up to the 45-yard line. So nice heads-up play there by Ashton coming up there, making that catch, and forward momentum. He just kind of rolled his way forward there, another 10 yards to get the ball at the 45-yard line. So the Wolverines on their 3rd possession, and we've had to be, you can talk about field position. We all know it's important, and they've had decent field position, not being pinned back in their end zone, giving them that shorter field. We just need a first down.
Right. I think 3rd time's the charm here. I think this is the drive that can start this momentum
We're seeing
for
some things.
throughout the game.
And we see there's a little different step to this team tonight.
Especially on
On
defense.
defense, that it's great to see. I formation, Gibbons, he's back to pass. Rolls out to his right. Throws the ball down there, not caught. That ball was dropped by Peyton O'Brien in the chest there, maybe slightly behind, but in between two receivers. But ball falls incomplete.
We kind of knew that the passing game this year was going to be tough with the wide receivers being fairly young. If I'm correct, that's now 4 drop passes already. They got to get something working here.
Yeah. And like you said, they still haven't taken that shot downfield.
Right.
And that may be by design because Gibbons has not had a lot of time at all this year. Okay, I formation. Gibbons under center on the 2nd and 10. Hand off to Tyler Powell. Trying out right side. And I think we might have a face mask here.
I believe so.
Did you guys see that too? Face mask on them guys. You can see the replay here. But Tyler,
I believe there is going to be a face
right
mask.
Side.
There it is.
Yep, face mask.
Talk about your first down.
Yeah, there you go.
Get it the hard way.
We'll take him however we can get him. But that happened right in front of the official. And
okay, so they're going to say not a face mask personally, but a face mask incidental. So it's going to be only a 5-yard penalty.
5 yard. But play that down over again. So 2nd and 5 for the Wolverines. Seen more I formation here on this drive. Gibbons handoff there to Tyler Powell. Once again, not much running room. Number 54 and number 55, London Schaefer and that Joey Antoino really being disruptive on that front line, in the center of that front line. Number 8 out there on the front line too, Spencer Perry. He's measuring in at 6'4", 195 pounds. We thought 55.
Looking from
short,
here, it looks
maybe
like
that's why, because he got a 6'4" guy standing beside him. All right, big 3rd down here. Let's get a conversion. Gibbons in the shotgun. 2 to the right, 2 to the left.
Here we go.
That ball's caught by number 10.
Good catch
Carter
by number
Lutz.
10.
Good catch. Got to the 1st down marker, caught the ball on that sidelines, and found his dance his way forward for another 5 yards, and went out of bounds there.
At the 41, that was a 9-yard gain.
9-yard gain, hit out of bounds there by number 2, Matt Nativio. And give Ryan Gibbons some credit on that one, because they had pretty soft coverage on that left side. I don't know if he was designed to go that way, but yes, very well executed play. Hand off to Powell. Joey, no run in there. They're just plugging up that middle.
Yep.
So fast. They're in the backfield about the time Tyler gets the ball. So loss of forward progress. They gave it back to the original line of scrimmage. So we're at 2nd and 10.
I'll tell you what, though. The running game, unfortunately, is kind of suffering now, but the passing-wise, Gibbons is getting some time there in this pocket to make some plays.
There's a keeper by Gibbons. Don't see that to the right side. Jigs and jives. Hit there by big number 51. Carry was Gibbons. Brought down there by Andy Presner. Really not much gain on the play. I give him 1.5 yards too. So that's a play that we've not seen yet this year. We've not really seen.
We have not seen him run too much.
To do that. So maybe some things happened in practice this week to say, hey, let's throw some different wrinkles at him. We kind of said it last week, and we'll probably see it at some point tonight, that fullback pass out there.
Right.
Storm Chambers, teams are going to start to get to that. So maybe we're seeing some adjustment by the coaching staff from the Wolverines. 3rd and 8. Gibbons back to pass. One man missed. 2nd. He was bottled up in the backfield. And then falls his way forward back to just about the original line of scrimmage. Maybe give him 1 yard on the play. So going to bring up a 4th and 8.
Talk about field position-wise. This is a battlefield position. I like this right now. Punting it, pin the Neshannock Lancers back. They haven't proven yet.
With 2 teams that have not really done much offensively. There's the punt.
Good punt, actually. That's a very good punt.
Going to go down at the 5-yard line.
That's a good punt.
Nice punt there by Ryan Gibbons, putting the Neshannock Lancers all the way back at their 5-yard line. Great job there.
A 33-yard punt, but effective. Low line drive punt like that doesn't allow a return.
Low line drive, 39 would have been too much.
Yep.
33 was just perfect. If you're ever at a game up here looking, I wave my hands when I'm talking up here. Brad, I'm not going to hit you. So, really a beautiful night for football. It's cooling down a little bit now, rather comfortable. Okay, we got quarterback, handoff to the right side. Is number 23. Makes a man miss. He's at the 25-30, 35-40, 45-50, 45-40. They're chasing down to the 30, down to the 20, the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Touchdown New Brighton. Was that number 23? DJ de Blasio, 95 yards for the touchdown. He got through that initial wave, and Storm Chambers was back there trying to catch him.
94 yards.
94-yard touchdown run. Wow, what a turn of events. So, Neshannock takes a 6-0 lead, extra point forthcoming. And he just broke through that initial line, and there was nobody back there just to slow him down.
Kicker's number 12, Tristan Tuck, for the PAT.
On for an extra point. Awaits the snap. Kick is down, up, and it is no good. No good. So, with 1:22 left to go here in this first quarter, where we did not see any offense at all for about 10 minutes of that first quarter, 95-yard run there by Neshannock. We'll take a quick timeout, and we'll be back for the next kickoff. Welcome back, folks. That scoring drive for Neshannock, one play, 96 yards.
94 yards.
94 yards. So, a run up in the kick. Back to receive is Ashton Wilson alongside number 10, Carter Lutz. There's a run up in the kick. Line drive kick taken by upman Storm Chambers to the 27. Holding on to that ball firmly as Storm brings it up just shy of the 40-yard line. Got a late flag coming in there. Not sure what that was all about. You guys see anything?
I am not sure, but it was coming from the back judge up near the kickoff line. He must have saw something in the pocket of the pile of players.
So we'll wait to see what the call is. So I missed. I was looking at the wrong guy. What was the call?
I'm not even sure. I missed it as well. Okay, so apparently another incidental face mask.
So of the 5-yard nature. So after the 18-yard return by Storm Chambers, plus the 5 yards, ball is now on the 45-yard line. Kind of a recurring theme here for the Wolverines starting point this year. This game, they're at the been starting right here just shy of midfield. So, man in motion is Ashton Wilson's to him. Taken down there with authority was that tall number 8, Spencer Perry. Caught him in the backfield. When you're 6'4", you got arms that are about 4 feet long, and he's able to reach out there and get a hold of Ashton on attempted jet sweep. Loss of 5 on the play. Bring up a loss of 4. Bring up a 2nd and 14.
Number 8 there definitely broke right through for that one, Spencer Perry.
Yes,
Oof.
he did. In the shotgun is Gibbons. 4 wideouts, 2 left, 2 to the right. Quick pass there. Ball was caught, but he had to fall down on the ground to catch it.
I believe they're saying incomplete.
Which is better, because if he had caught it, he would have lost 3 yards.
Yeah, they're looking back at the official. The official is saying 100% incomplete.
Yep.
So we'll take it as incomplete. We may be okay with that as well.
Yeah. It was going to get. So third and 14 on the incomplete pass. So Gibbons in a shotgun. He's back to pass. Oh, somebody wasn't on the same page there.
I think not only that, but the pressure got through and pushed back Gibby's.
And Gibbons was just threw the ball. Nobody
out of defense there on that one there.
Yeah. So 3 and out for the Wolverines, going to be in punt formation. Going to bring up 4th down in 14. Back to receive. The punt is number 11, Kurt Summerfield. I think de Blasio's been on the other side, hasn't he, Brad?
I believe so,
yep,
yeah.
DJ de Blasio.
23 and I believe number 11.
Okay. End over end kick. Takes a bounces at the
Another
40.
good roll there.
Goes out of bounds right there at the 34-yard line. So about a 25-yard punt there for Gibbons.
Hey, that was quick math. Oh, well, it was 25 yards.
That was 25
good math.
yards. Hey, you can thank Mrs. Douglas now for that. She was a pretty good math teacher. It was algebra, but made me think.
Oh, okay.
Made me think. And she woke me up for the important stuff. So, Neshannock back on offense. Got one man short on the field. Number 23, de Blasio goes to that first wave, taken down there by number 6, Ryan Gibbons. So they had 10 men in the field. Ryan runs onto the field and makes the tackle. So, but not after
11-yard gain and a first down.
11-yard gain and a first down. So at the end of the first quarter, honestly, that's our first down of the game by either team. Although it is
true first down, because you did have down. Well, actually, no, there was one for each team now. Okay. The catch by
yes, there was.
Number 10, Carter.
Nonetheless, we are 6-0 here in the Neshannock Lancers at the end of the first quarter. Going to take a quick break here. We'll be right back. It'll be
Lancers ball at the 46.
46-yard line.
Coming out of the timeout. I tell you what, that was a little bit of a nice breeze there. Our first breeze of the night.
It was. Okay, Neshannock's ball, 1st and 10. Pitch out there to number 23. De Blasio falls his way forward. Hit there by number 10, Carter Lutz, forcing him out of bounds. Not after a pickup of about 8 yards on the play. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 2. And they gave up that big play for 94 yards for a touchdown.
Right.
And that defense looked so good in the 3 things leading up to that. You really don't want you need to get
Right.
Neshannock a stop here.
And that play right there was the exact same play that they scored on. So that's jet sweep. Looks like it's their bread and butter.
Yep. Almost motion there. 23. Got
Good
in there.
play.
Who was in there?
Mr. 74.
Rodney Grimes with the big hit in the backfield. Good for Rodney from that defensive lineman position. Got in that backfield. Knife right through there to take down the runner for a 3-yard loss.
Huge play here.
That
Huge
was
play.
De Blasio on that carry. So we're at about a 3rd and 5. Yeah, turnover would be good. It's something the Wolverines have not got a lot of.
Okay, we got a
this point in the
whistle
season.
here. Let's see what we got. I think they're going to call official timeout for something. Not really sure.
They're checking.
Oh, okay. So Peyton O'Brien's coming over. He's got blood coming out of his back end of his arm. Nothing serious. It's just, unfortunately, when they see blood, they do not they don't let players play like that. So he has to come over, clean that up, put a little bit, I don't know, maybe some super glue on there or something to clean it up.
Yep.
In the meantime, he has been subbed out. Trainer's with him cleaning that up.
Yep. Should be pretty quick. So on this 3rd and 5, big play here for the Wolverines defense. 3 wide outs to the left this time. 1 to the right. Sends another man out there to the left. It switched to number 23. Come on, Storm, get him.
Good play.
Good play by Storm Chambers.
I have a feeling
number
too.
23, De Blasio. And, I mentioned that. You kind of saw that play develop. You had 3 wide receivers on that left side, sent him in motion, threw him out there, and actually Storm shed off a block to get to him and got him stopped before the 1st down yard marker. But we're at 4th and I'm going to call it 1. Yep. Under center. Nope. Handoff there. De Blasio pushing the pile forward. He's got it and a little bit more. So,
Ooh.
extracurricular activity there. So that is enough for the 1st down. Got it down. Needed to get to the 46. Got down about the 43-yard line. So there we go. Now we got O'Brien's back in the game, and Benjamin Baumer's coming back out. So 1st and 10. New set it down for the Lancers. Here, ball resting on the 43-yard line. Around the right side, designed run, gets to the 40.
There's a hold.
There's a hold there.
That one was pretty clear cut.
Yep. I think we're just going to not worry about how far the guy went because I think Ray Charles could have saw that one. So.
He even tackled him. He didn't even hold him. He literally just took him right to the ground.
Yep.
That's something you can't do.
So holding on Neshannock. We'll replay that 1st down. That's a spot foul. So we'll march back.
So there's an official call, holding.
Yep, a holding. It was downfield from the line of scrimmage. So even though it's a 10-yard penalty, going to bring up a 1st and about 13. So going to be, they're going to call it 1st and 12 from the 46-yard line in the shotgun. There's a pitch out there to 34. Makes a cut, nice cut back. Made something out of nothing. I thought he was going to get hemmed in there at the sidelines, but kind of put on the brakes and rolled forward. Was Neshannock. Taken down there on the tackle was Rodney Grimes, number 74. So that pickup.
I believe it was 6 yards.
Give him 6 yards on the play.
Splits that down in half. You got 2nd and 6. That's a good pickup.
And give Neshannock credit. He can change directions pretty quick.
That was a good cutback.
So the shotgun. Handoff again there to Neshannock. Nice running hole up the middle. Powers his way forward all the way down to the 28-yard line. Pick up a 12 on that play for Neshannock. And you're starting to see how he got 407 yards coming into this game in 3 games tonight.
Tyler Lutz.
Carter Lutz.
Or sorry, Carter Lutz. Carter Lutz, number 10, was on the tackle there.
So ball now on the 29-yard line. 8 minutes and 47 seconds left to go. 6-man front here. There's a design keeper. over that left side. Jukes and Josh makes one man miss. There's another flag. Ball's taken down to the 11-yard line. But I think we're coming back here on another holding call by the Lancers. Carter Lutz on a tackle again, but I don't know if we're going to count that.
Right.
That is a holding on Neshannock. That was again downfield, 10-yard spot foul. We'll wait. Oh, we got another flag. Something happened.
And the fact that the ref was, they got unsportsmanlike, and he pointed to Neshannock, I believe. Neshannock's players are backing up even farther, so I have a feeling this is against Neshannock too. So I'm wondering if somebody on that sideline said something that they shouldn't have, and it was a 15. I have a feeling this is going to be a 5, and then also a 15. So I think this is going to be 20-some yards at least.
Well, it'd be 10 for the holding,
right.
The spot foul.
The spot foul, and then
15 from the end of that. Wow, when you see the officials running to spot the ball, they know they got a long way to go. I don't know if you got that on camera, Brad.
Oh, my.
Wow. So after what would have been about a 13-yard gain, now we got a first and about a 20. Ball all the way back to the 42-yard line. They got to get to the 20-yard line. So first and 22 now. The shotgun. He's back to pass. Looking downfield. Got a man down there. Overthrew him. And lucky that was overthrown. The intended receiver is number 27, Josh Pallarino. That's Weatherby still in there at quarterback, Brad?
I believe so.
Yep, number 9, Weatherby in there at quarterback. We're not seeing the TVO in here just yet.
I tell you what, I'm surprised that the passing game for both teams has been struggling. Really
Yes,
surprised by
yes,
that.
Yes, it has. So, okay, second and 23. Back to pass. Going down the field. He's wide open, number 1, all the way into the end zone. Wow. He's got 2 tickets to paradise. Cameron Owens on the 46-yard pass play. He got behind everybody. There was nobody within 10 yards of him. And he went right into the end zone. We're at 12-0. Neshannock, 8 minutes and 20 seconds here. Extra point forthcoming. So I don't know if that was a busted coverage or just what, because it
definitely busted.
There was nothing at all that looked like a pass.
Yeah, it was just a seam route right down the middle. Nobody was even there.
Nothing at all that looked like a pass.
Okay, number 12, Tristan Tuck with the kick.
And that one is good. So 8:20 left to go here in the first quarter, in the second quarter. Neshannock Lancers 13, Ellwood City 0. Folks here, 8:20 left to go in here, second quarter. Neshannock kicking off. Back to receive is Carter Lutz and Ashton Wilson. Boy, the big plays. Jeez. Yeah. 94 yards, 46-yard pass play. They're taken by, is that Storm again at the 29-yard line. Brings the ball back out to about the 43. Storm Chambers really kind of cut that ball in his gut, and straightforward he was. So, Ellwood City Wolverines once again starting their ball at the 45-yard line, in that 45-yard line. So I threw out the 2 tickets to paradise there. I was trying to see if Brad Windhorst was savvy on what is going on and if he was too young to maybe even appreciate who Eddie Money was. But if you don't know, Eddie Money passed away here today, lost his battle with cancer. So that was the 2 tickets to paradise. 1st and 10. Hand off to Tyler Powell over that left side. Positive yardage there.
Man, that hole filled real fast.
But, man, he had a hole, but it filled up fast. Number 8, the big tall kid, Spencer Perry, in there pretty quick and running loud. Yeah, number 8 was there. It looked like it would be a lot more, but probably one of the longer runs tonight for Tyler Powell, picking up 4 on the play. So Gibbons up under center on this 2nd and 7. Hand off to Tyler Powell over that left side. Hit hard. Up from the safety position. Number 3, Jake Staff was in there, one of the initial people to hit. But, I kind of heard this before coming in the game. Some people I've talked to that watch Neshannock play, they are not afraid to hit. They are a hard-hitting team, and it shows even from up here in the press box. Like I said, Neshannock, we've played, it's our 4th game. We've played bigger teams, but Neshannock seemed to be pretty fast and solid. That defense, not many holes to be found. 3rd and 7 here. Gibbons back to pass, surveying the field, has some time, throws the ball out there. Ashton Wilson, a little too tall, got his fingertips on it. Ball falls incomplete, so it did. So 4th down here for the Wolverines. Gibbons had a little bit of time on that play, but it just seems like the wide receivers, when they're getting time, anytime Gibbons has time, it's when the defenses are not maybe rushing 6 guys and have, what would you call it, like a dime package, if you will.
Yep.
Yeah, 7 back. So that snap, the kick by Gibbons, bouncing, taken there at the 23-yard line. Makes spin move, makes another man miss, takes it all the way out to the 35-yard line. So number 23, DJ de Blasio, 8 yards on that punt return. So I guess we'll give him 13 yards on that return. I don't want Brad questioning my math skills again. So ball now on the 35-yard line. So 6 minutes left to go here, and I think now is the time where the defense has to get stopped.
You have to have a stop here. You
really
cannot
don't want to go into this halftime
down 3 scores. Yep,
we're
exactly.
We're not a high-powered offense. We know that. We're going to deal with that, but we know we don't want to have to be looking at 3 scores coming out into the 3rd quarter. Whether it be handoff there, big time hole up to 20, 45, 50, 40, 35, 30. Knocked out of bounds there by number 14, Ashton Wilson, all the way down at the 27-yard line. Wow. That's too much math, Brad. How far did he run that
38
ball?
yards.
38 yards. He came around that right side, and to Neshannock's credit, they're running on the right side. They're running on the left side. It's not like they're overloading one side that they're beating the same guy on. But 37 yards, you said, Brad, down to the 28-yard line of Ellwood City. 1st and 10. Number 9, Weatherby in that shotgun. There's a handoff again. First man misses. Taken down there. We got a flag. Is that going to be horse collar? We'll wait and see what
I
that
hope
is.
not.
That ball carrier that time was Neshannock, number 34. So takes the ball all the way down to the 18-yard line. Let's wait to see what the
I have this feeling they're going to call horse collar, even though he grabbed him on the shoulder.
Yeah,
it was on the shoulder, not behind.
Like jersey.
That was not the nameplate at all.
No, we got a holding. We were both wrong.
We'll
take that one. Holding against Neshannock.
Well, we'll take that. I'm. You know what? There are times where I don't want to admit that I'm wrong, but I'll take that one. I'll take that one.
You did. He's not married, folks. That's why I don't have to admit he's wrong very often. Well, wait a second. We had a holding. He must have been way downfield because
it must have been.
Line. Yeah, on the spot foul. So But it can't be first down again. That's what the yard
No,
number says.
right. It can't be first down. It should be 2nd down and 3 if you're going to do a spot foul.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that, and the side judge.
That or you're going to do a spot foul.
No, they placed the ball at the spot of the foul. Now they're
Right.
marking off the 10 yards. So I think the players got on
Okay.
each side there. So we got sorted out. Ball now is resting on the 30-yard line. Going to bring up a 1st and 12 for Neshannock. Back to pass. All the way down in there. Number 1 again. Takes the ball. 5, 10, 4, 3, 2, 1. Touchdown. Wow. Number 1, Cameron Owens. So just, yep. They came up for a little bump and run. He bumped and he ran. How far was that? 28 yards? 28-yard pass connection from Weatherby to Owens. The second time that connection tonight for a touchdown. So we'll wait the extra point. I don't know how many plays were on that drive. Neshannock had 3 holding penalties on that drive and still drove the ball 60 yards for the touchdown. Here's the kick up, and that one is good. So 6:11 left to go here in the second quarter, 20-0. And that excitement we saw on the sidelines at the end of the first quarter is just not here now at the end of this, winding down the second quarter. You know, really, as we look through the season, you talk about games coming down to could be just a few plays. You hear NFL coaches talk about that coming down to a few plays. And in that first quarter, it was a dogfight back and forth.
How about Monday night football or Thursday night football between the Carolina Panthers and Tampa Bay? One play, a 4th down and 1, and you decide to give it to a running back out of the backfield, jet sweep, instead of just Cam Newton right up the middle.
Yep.
Same thing, one play.
But the problem, but a few plays in the game, and right now we've had 3 plays in this game. That is the difference of the game. Yep. So here's the kick, high end over and kick this time, taken by Ashton Wilson at the 15-yard line. Full head of steam up the middle, hit hard there and steady resistance as he got to about the 32-yard line. So give him about 17 yards on that return for Ashton Wilson.
I'll tell you what, talk about, we said field position. Field position has 100% been in favor, not for just Ellwood, but for both teams.
Yeah.
And we're finally seeing one team
the one
capitalize.
time Neshannock was pinned back, one play, and 94 yards later,
one play.
we have a touchdown. So Gibbons, I formation. Hand off there to Tyler Powell. And, boy, Tyler Powell is just he's going to sleep well tonight. He's getting the ball carried a lot, given to him a lot. But he's hit that line of scrimmage quick. No gain on the play for Tyler. So going to bring up a 2nd down and 10.
I think we're on that point where running the ball is not going to help very much right now. They got to change some, make some adjustments.
No, but the pass just hasn't been there really all season, to be honest. And they still have not really gone downfield. Gibbons, handoff there to Powell. Met there by number 55, Antuano. We've said his names quite a few times tonight. So no gain. Loss on the play. We'll see where they spot it. Loss of 1. Going to bring up a 3rd down and 11. Notice Storm Chambers got a little bit of limp to him. Not that's going to keep him out of the game. And it hasn't slowed him down at all. I saw a few plays ago and didn't mention it. But number 53, Nico Nuzzo. I haven't seen him in the game much. Maybe he's been there, just haven't noticed him. We got timeout here for the Wolverines.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to take a timeout too. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. Big 3rd and 10 here for the Wolverines. Ball on their 34-yard line. Gibbons in the shotgun. 3 wide outs to the right, 1 to the left. Back to pass. A little bit of time. Throws the ball down there. Nobody there. Peyton O'Brien was the intended receiver. Had about 3 Lancers in the vicinity around him. Ball falls incomplete. Going to bring up a 4th and 10. If really that was a situation there where if Gibbons would have had another 2.5 seconds, he had to get rid of it, and O'Brien just wasn't really out of his break quick enough yet. So 4th and 10, punting is Gibbons. Nice snap. End over end kick. That ball takes an Ellwood City bounce all the way down to the 30-yard line where it's marked down by Carter Lutz. So Neshannock's ball. We said this 2 minutes ago, game time, 6.5 mark. We can't let them score here. Well, here we are. Neshannock's ball again, about the same spot in the field, 31-yard line. Really need to stop here.
Good punt there by Ryan Gibbons, 36 yards. Pretty good punt. No return again. That's twice now. We punt fairly well. Just got to make that play. A turnover.
And that's good because last week we had a punt return for a touchdown last week, and another one ran about 50 yards to get New Brighton back to midfield.
The Wolverines have only given up the ball 3 times all year, but they haven't forced a turnover yet all year.
Exactly. So time to do that. Hand off there, the slant all the way up. Driving his way forward was number 23, de Blasio. And I tell you what, we've seen it here more in the second quarter. I don't know if it was an adjustment made by them guys or not, but, he's not really getting hit until he's getting to the linebackers. He's getting some room to run 3-4 yards each time before he's meeting any kind of resistance at all. So, Weatherby, pitch out there. Number 23, de Blasio drops
Good play
his head
by number
forward.
10.
Number 10, Carter Lutz, getting up there and disrupting things. Little gain on the play, yard or so. Going to bring up a 3rd down. And we're going to call it a long 3. Make it 4. So, with our new microphones here this year, we're not sure if you get as much background noise, but we got 80 cheerleaders down there cheering away. So it's really nice to see. Hope somebody's getting a picture of that. And very nice job by all the cheerleaders, the parents, and, of course, the cheer sponsors. 3rd and 4.
Here we
number
go.
2, de Blasio,
Here we go.
Taken down there by number 28, Sammy DiCaprio. Nice play. That was Sammy in there, wasn't it? Yep, he tried to cut back. Kind of gave him a taste of his own medicine there that time. We've seen de Blasio do that. Sammy quick in the backfield on that play and got his hand on him and turned an arm tackle.
You know what surprised me right now? I'm surprised that Ellwood is not taking a timeout.
Yep, they got two left.
Well, that's true. They did take a timeout already.
So there's the punt. High and they were not a real tall kick. Oh, that was dangerous.
Yeah.
Ashton Wilson takes the ball on the bounce at the 47-yard line. The young man has no fear because he had about 3 white shirts around him when he picked that ball up. So, seat number 63, Anthony Baird, in there on the line right now. Try to give our lineman a shout out as the game progresses. So, decent position here. 2.5 minutes left to go in this half. Wolverines have 2 timeouts.
Right.
That official that got hit earlier, he's not ready to run any marathons. He got a little hitch in his giddy up there as he's walking around. Hand off to Powell. Nope, that was a keeper by Gibbons around that left side. Drops his head forward, met there by 3. I think we're having our face mask.
I think it is another face mask again.
Number 9 was in there, Weatherby, to meet Gibbons on the left sweep.
Yep, face mask. They're going to call face mask there, I believe.
2,
oh, no, they're going to say targeting.
Oh, targeting?
I believe so, actually. He's holding his – yeah, they're going to say targeting. Wow, that's a huge penalty. Wow. And they were emphasizing that over the summer for this year. So that's I don't want to say brand new rule because it's been there, but wow. Wow.
And is there some player there's not an ejection with that, is there?
I don't think so.
Does he get a warning? Does that player get a warning?
I'm not sure, to be honest, because this is new. This is a new one for me.
Okay, well, anyway, first down Wolverines after the 15-yard penalty. So ball now on the 33-yard line. Gibbons hand off to Tyler Powell. Driving his legs, trying to go forward. Falls his way down to the 30-yard line. Bring up second down. So 2 minutes left to go here. Stay tuned here halftime, folks. We'll let you enjoy the Neshannock Lancers Band and the Pride of Ellwood City Blue Band. And then Brad will have the out-of-time scores as well as our halftime stats. So Gibbons, 3 to the right this time. Back to pass, rolling to his right. Caught there by Ashton Wilson. Ball fumbled the ball back. Taken on. Did he catch? Oh, gosh. Ashton Wilson caught the ball. Made some forward motion. And recovered there by Neshannock. I didn't get the number.
Number three.
Number 3, Jake Staff. And that was just hard hit. We talked about the hard hits of Neshannock. Ashton coming across the middle like we've seen him do several times this year. Got his mitts on the ball that time, and he was just hit hard. He kind of got pinballed around, if you will. Back to pass. To number 1. Oh, he missed it. That was luck for the Wolverines. There was no safety help back there at all, and they were trying that Cameron Owens again, and he went streaking down the middle of the field. And he was open enough to make the catch, but ball falls incomplete. He almost so we have a timeout. That's for the Wolverines. 2nd and 10 after
I think
this
that's
timeout.
That's a very smart timeout, actually. There,
Yeah,
get
because
reorganized because
there's
obviously that
something
seam
going on in
route
backfield
straight down.
because
Something's not happening.
There's a safety,
Right.
you know, and I mean, as I said, we have Leroy Cortez up here kind of helping us eyeball things. And before that play happened, Leroy said, "There's nobody in the middle of the field," and there wasn't.
And not making excuses or anything like that, but the safety that's usually back there, number 8, Zach Gatto. So
Zach Gatto.
That's a gap to film.
And yes, Spatafora back there
Right,
too. Although
right.
he's first-year player, he's got 3 games
Right.
under his belt that we're not seeing tonight. And talked to some people earlier, and Spads is some concussion protocol.
Right. So you got a couple players out there. That's a big gap to fill.
Right. So if you're just joining us now, the first quarter was delayed. Not the start of the game, but we had an official get run over, and they tended to him. And then number 8 for the Wolverines, Zach Gatto, was carted off the field. If we hear anything, we'll let you know. So 2nd and 10, 3 to the right. Watch the bubble screen to the right here. Nope. Pass out there to number 5 to 40, 45. Getting all the way. Stiff arms one guy, 50. Out of bounds. He's going to have enough for the first down. Pushed out of bounds to the 44-yard line. I think number 6, Ryan Gibbons, was in there. Yep. And number 14, Ashton Wilson pushed him out of bounds. So out of bounds stops the clock. Neshannock has all 3 of their timeouts remaining, leading the contest 20-0. Ball now on the 43-yard line. So in the shotgun is Weatherby. Hand off there to number Goddard up to the 30, 25, 20, one man to beat, all the way down to the 6-yard line. Taken out of bounds there was number 6, Ryan Gibbons. Is Ryan filling in there at safety position now? I think because we don't normally see Ryan Gibbons play in defense, being he has his quarterback duties. But, linebacker.
Yeah, usually he plays linebackers.
Is kind of playing him back there. So lots of time here with 3 timeouts for Neshannock. The ball, I beg your pardon, it's at the 9-yard line. So we are first and goal. Handoff to Goddard over that left side, and he powers his way into the end zone for the Neshannock Lancers touchdown. Neshannock's just really showing their wear and tear now. That handoff there, he just kind of followed his guy. So, yeah, Goddard. I'm sorry, I'm calling him Gennock.
Gannock or something like that.
Gannock with the touchdown.
Number 12, Tristan Tuck with the kick. He's missed one.
Yep. He's 3 for 4. 2 for 3 tonight.
Yeah, 2 for 3. Yeah, you're right.
And
missed 2.
I think he's going to be 3 for 4.
Yep.
So with 1 minute left to go here, it is visiting the Neshannock Lancers 27, or Ellwood City Wolverines 0. Neshannock, one of the 3 Lawrence County teams Ellwood City will play this year, being Mohawk, Shenango, and Neshannock. So Neshannock beat us last year. I don't remember the score. It was a pretty close game.
Yeah, that was the 14-6 game.
14-6 game.
Where we actually had a lead, and then with about 2 or 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter,
it got away
2
from
touchdowns in a row.
Yep, that's right. That's right. That was a hard-fought game.
And that, I don't want to say that set the tone for the rest of the year, but that kind of, the next couple weeks, it did. It set the tone for the next couple weeks. Now we came back and won that great game there at the end of the year with Brentwood.
Brentwood, yes.
But Brentwood this year, passing. 600-some yards quarterback already. So
oh, no kidding.
We're going to see another passer.
Okay. We drive down there at the end of the season, don't we?
Yep.
Okay,
Very
minute left
game.
to go here. Back to receive is Carter Lutz and Ashton Wilson. Run up and a kick. Not much of a run up for this kicker. Taken there by Carter at the 15-yard line. Nice block there by Ashton. Rolling forward up to the 33-yard line was Carter Lutz. So give him 18 yards, 23 yards on that return. I like 18 better now that I think about it. 18 yards on the return. So ball resting on the 33-yard line, 54 seconds left to go. Neshannock has 3 timeouts. Ellwood City has 1. And you just have to wonder if Coach Lemens is just like, let's get
I
out
think
of
we're
here.
going to see at least 2 running plays right up the middle. Just get it at the half.
Get this half over with, get back in there, regroup. You know, with 3 minutes left to go in this first quarter, we had a dogfight. Back to pass, Gibbons. Looking down the field, he's well covered. Cut there by Ashton Wilson. Takes the ball up to the 40-yard line. Gang tackled there is Ashton. Pickup of about 7 on the play. So we bring up a second down. No huddle here for the Wolverines. It'll hurry up. Gibbons under center, spikes the ball. So stopping the clock. With the spike, incomplete pass. Once again, folks, stay tuned here for our halftime show. 3rd and 4. Gibbons in a shotgun. 3 wideouts to the right, 1 to the left. Sacked. Oh, boy. That was big number 55. 55 was in that backfield. Joey Antuano, along with a whole host of other people in there. Number 53, Nico Nuzzo. I heard some rumblings about him before the game, you know, being that pretty good lineman. Number 53. He's 6'4", 215, senior.
I believe we had a timeout taken by Neshannock. I think they're going to try and force the Wolverines to punt, and you never know. It's high school. You never know. 1 cut and maybe a return.
Yep. But at 27-0. Well, hey, you play to the whistle blows or the end of the game, whatever. All the cliches you want right now.
It's always tough. Do you run the? I don't want to say we're running the score yet because we're still at 27. That's not running up the score, but that's always something that everybody talks about. If you can't stop it, that's not running up the score. You can't stop it. You can't stop it.
Right. Yep.
Right.
Yep. If you think, like back to the great Joe Paterno, who coached at that great school, Penn State, he never would run up the score. His team just was that good that it ended up being super.
One day, Thad, that will come back to bite you.
I know it will.
Who knows? Maybe tomorrow.
A couple years ago, I know Michigan, they didn't run up the score. They just cleaned Penn State's clock. So we're going to punt the ball with 19 seconds left to go. They are setting up for return. I thought they might go for a block, actually, Leroy. So 2 guys back, and 2 up men as well. There's fair caught there by de Blasio at the 45-yard line.
That is not actually a bad play. Get 14 seconds, you never know.
Yep. And we know they can bust a big play. That's for sure. So Neshannock scored on a 6-yard run, about a 94-yard run, 36-yard pass. Brad, you have all that stuff at halftime.
Right.
But really 4 plays kind of said what to play.
4 plays of, all touchdowns, but that's it.
And not many penalties by the Wolverines. Seen plenty of penalties by Neshannock. We're gonna do that. Oh, there's an interception by Peyton O'Brien. Up that right side he goes. He's taken down there at the 38-yard line. Great heads-up play there by Peyton O'Brien. Almost looked like with the time, the way it was, they were going to set up for the old hook and ladder, if you will. But Peyton stepped right in front of that ball, looked over, grabbed that one. Ellwood City gets their first turnover of the year. So stopping the drive. So if nothing more, maybe some momentum going into the halftime.
Right.
We're looking for something. We got some momentum now going into the halftime.
I was going to say, this is a perfect time to take one shot.
You're right. We got time for one shot. Ball on the 39-yard line. Yeah, we'll try anything at this point. Positive yardage. We got the whole Neshannock band in the right side of the end zone. Bad snap. Gibbons is away from one. Throws the ball incomplete.
Time for one more play.
That took 3 seconds. So we got 1 more second on the play. Gibbons had to let the receivers time to get downfield, and in that time frame, he about got bottled up, but give Gibbons credit. He kind of came up through, kind of stayed in the pocket, kept coming up through there. So 1 second left here in the half. Time for one more play. Gibbons, he's taken down. Big number 55. That's about his 3rd takedown for a loss tonight was Joey Antuano. So at the end of this first half of play here, the Neshannock Lancers visiting the Wolverines, leading them 27-0. Enjoy the halftime show. We'll be back with some halftime stats and out-of-town scores.
No, I should be good.
Okay. Good seeing you. I'm coming out. Yeah, I'm coming
Our Lancers and Majorette will be featured in this next tune by the Backstreet Boys. Released in 1991, here is Archer in the Park, led by seniors Maddie Fausto and Hannah Berenice. We will close our show with a progressive rock tune from 1979. Emerson, Lake, and Palmer used a mixture of classical and rock themes to create this epic tune. Here's the band performing Car Eagle 9, featuring our senior class of 2020. Program.
the Lincoln High School Marching Blue Band. Tonight, the Blue Band was the 1973 progressive rock group by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Here is their version of From Your Mind.
Hi there, sports fans. It's halftime from Helling Stadium with about 4 minutes or so to the kickoff of the second half between the Neshannock Lancers and LSA Wolverines. Neshannock Lancers used a big third quarter there to get back into their powerhouse that they've been doing the past couple of weeks with running the ball as they take a 27-0 lead going into the third quarter here shortly. We got some halftime stats for you here shortly. Yes, you don't have to check your dial. The bands both played the same song there, Carnival 9. So if you're wondering what happened there, no, it was two different bands playing the same song. So there's that. Let's look at some halftime stats here for you. On your screen right now, Neshannock leading 27-0. Total yards just one-sided, 303 yards to 22 in favor of Neshannock. The Lancers rushed the ball 217 yards with 86 yards through the air compared to just 3 and 19 for the Wolverines. First downs 10-2. Turnovers, both teams had turnovers. The big one for the Wolverines with that turnover ran for a touchdown, whereas the other one for Neshannock was right before halftime. Penalties, the one good stat there for the Wolverines, 0 for 0. They had no penalties in that first half. For Neshannock, 8 for 73. Time of possession is in favor of the Wolverines, 12:52 to 11:01. So there's your halftime team stats. Halftime performers. Neshannock, Ethan Weatherby, the quarterback, was 4 for 10, 86 yards, 2 touchdowns, and that one interception right before halftime. Rushing-wise, wow, talk about it. DJ de Blasio. Surprised that it wasn't Gannock, but Gannock does have good numbers as well. De Blasio, 9 attempts, 113 yards, and 1 touchdown. Receiving, Neshannock, Cameron Owens, kind of like that Jake Franco ordeal with New Brighton. Very similar connection with Ethan Weatherby. That was their go-to guy, and sure enough, he's putting up the yards. 2 receptions, 70 yards, and 2 catches for 2 touchdowns. That's that number 1 receiver. It was kind of like a seam route right over the middle, right up the middle. Nobody covering at that free safety position for 2 touchdowns. And then defensively, Joey Antoine just blowing up the ball in the backfield. 7 tackles, 2 sacks, and then 3 tackles for loss. So there's your halftime stats. And finally, we want to bring you out-of-town scores. Some out-of-town scores on your screen right now. Avonworth at halftime has a lead on New Brighton 14-7. We said Avonworth was going to be a really good team, and to me right now, you can easily put them right behind Washington as a 2 seed in the 2A playoffs. Granted, it's early. It's only week 3, but that's where we're headed. Riverside's up on Western Beaver 16-7 from Blackhawk. Union is up on Northgate at halftime 14-7. Southside's up on Carleton 22-0. McGuffey playing a tough one with Carmichael's. Carmichael's, I believe, is also undefeated. I'll have to check that one, but that's a good matchup. 7-6 McGuffey at halftime. Shenango was tied with Sarah Catholic midway through that second quarter. Shenango did add 2 scores. They're up 24-14 at halftime over Sarah Catholic. Washington, we know that one's an early score there. That score is definitely not 16-0, but Washington's up 16-0 over Brownsville. And then finally, Blackhawk blowing out a shutout against Ambridge, 42-0. So there's your out-of-town scores. We're about ready to kick off here in the third quarter, so we'll take a short little break. We'll leave the action here, and Thad will come back in with the second half.
Welcome back, folks. Hope you enjoyed the halftime show. 27-0 here. Neshannock leading our Wolverines. Wolverines receiving to start the second half. Hope you get all them halftime stats and out-of-town scores.
Just waiting for the whistle here.
Yeah, waiting for the whistle. They got them out there all lined up pretty quick.
The refs all have their hands up, holding it nice and high.
So really not much information on
There
the
we
injury
go.
to Zach Gatto. If we hear anything, we will keep you updated. High end over end kick, not super deep, taken there at the 20-yard line by Carter Lutz. Makes the first man miss, going to the second wave, all the way out to the 40. Oh, fumble. Fumblage on the play. There's bodies flying all over the place. Who got the ball? I think we're going to be
Number 34.
number
for Neshannock.
34, Neshannock for Neshannock with the recovery. So not the way the Wolverines wanted to come out and start this third quarter, I am sure. So Carter Lutz, 20-yard return, fumbles the ball on the tackle. Now Neshannock takes over in Wolverine territory from the 40-yard line. Shotgun is Weatherby to the left. Oh, on the keeper. All the way, brought the ball down to about the 33-yard line. Going to pick up 7 on that play was number 9, Weatherby. And I wonder why, leading up to this game, Brad, Nativio, and I really can't see over there in that sideline to see if he's in street clothes or just what, but he started all the games. Nativio's a senior. Weatherby also a senior. But either way, it's working tonight with Weatherby in there, quarterback. Doing a long ball. He'll keep the ball. Oh, missed snap there. Number 9, he's rolling forward. Fights his way. Hit hard there. Not sure who hit him. So, quarterback keeper is what we'll call it. He went back to pass. Aaron snapped back to him. He got the ball. Got around some tacklers for the Wolverines, made something out of nothing. Got it up, now it's a 3rd and 3. So ball resting right there on the 32-yard line for the Neshannock Lancers in Ellwood City territory. 1 wide out to the right, 2 to the left. That big number, tall number 8 in the backfield. There's a fumble.
That is a different quarterback. That was number 11.
Number 11 in there. Good call, Kurt Summerfield.
And it
That ball's
looks like
recovered
number
by
7.
Ellwood City.
Number 7.
7. Caden McClymans. Was out last week. In the game this week is Caden. Recovered that ball. Was Caden. So another takeaway for the Wolverines. Their second one of the night. First was an interception there at the end of the half by Peyton O'Brien. And now Caden McClymans with the fumble recovery. And that was Summerfield in the backfield. A little trickery looked like it was going to be coming into play there on that play, and it worked out in the Wolverines' favor. In the shotgun, there's a handoff to Tyler. Oh, there's on the keeper. That's Ashton Wilson in there at quarterback. Hit hard, but drives his way forward. He was hit hard there by number 23, DJ de Blasio.
We got to change a quarterback.
Yes, we do. We have Ashton Wilson in there. Ashton is a junior, and he's played a lot of quarterback in JV games. He started for junior high. Saw him in some of the, a little bit last year in some of the blowout games. Ashton handoff, hit it immediately in the backfield was Tyler Powell. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. I beg your pardon, Ashton is in 10th grade. My main man Colby there corrected me on that one. Colby's a junior, and he knew that Ashton was a year younger. So, no gain on the play, maybe even a loss of a couple. So, we're at 3rd down and 9 for the Wolverines. Ball on the 43-yard line. 2 us to right, 1 to the left. Back is Ashton. Got rid of the ball. Thrown there to Storm Chambers. He drives that way forward, and that's just a man that wants to play football and win games. And we got a late flag coming in. I'm not sure why. We'll wait to see what that is. But Storm caught that ball about 3 yards short of the line of gain. And he made a turn, and he was just going north and south at that point. And bowled 2, 3, 4 people over. Not sure what the flag is. Maybe some late extracurricular activity coming in there at the end of the play. But we'll wait to see. As it stands right now, it's first down Wolverines. They're pointing back the other way. Did you see that call?
Yeah, they said personal foul.
Personal foul.
It must have been.
It's of the 15-yard nature.
Right.
So I think there was something going on in the pile, maybe. It's speculation, folks, but it did not end up the way that they wanted it. So the foul came after the play was dead.
Right.
So the first down counts.
Right. So the
So
down
they
counts.
knocked the 15 yards back. So it's 1st and 10. Now ball on the 38-yard line. Wilson handoff to Tyler. Oh, on the keeper is Wilson. Nowhere to run. And he's got maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Number 53, Nick Nuzzo, was there for the stop. So 8:22 here on this rolling clock. Some of them out-of-town scores were, Shenango is obviously much better than what we ever anticipated. Back to passes. Wilson looks to his right. Got a man out there. That's Sammy DiCaprio with the catch on the quick slant there. Slanted in with Sambo. Picked up a couple on the play. Bring up about 3 yards on the play. Going to bring a 3rd down and 7. So we did have a quarterback change here in this first drive for the Wolverines in this 3rd quarter with 10th grader Ashton Wilson. Got Storm Chambers in there, out kind of in that what you would call slot receiver. 2 to the left, 1 short side right. Wilson, quick pressure there. Caught there by Tyler Powell. Makes a man miss. He's at the 45, down to the 42-yard line. That's about a 20-yard gain on the play. It was a nice pass out there. Credit young Wilson for hanging in the pocket there. He had heavy pressure. Guys up in his face. Just dumped that ball over. It was Tyler Powell. Tyler, yak yards there, yards after catch. Was probably about 10, 12 yards on that play. So nice first down gain there for the Wolverines. 1st and 10 in the shotgun. It's Wilson. Hand off to Powell over that right side. Hit there pretty hard. I think number 54 gets up from the bottom of the Powell. Landon Schaefer. And Nico Ruzzo on the stop as well. So ball now right on the 40-yard line. Going to give a pickup of 1 on the play. Bringing a 2nd down and 9. Ball on the 40-yard line. In the shotgun is Wilson. 4 wideouts. Handoff there to Powell. Gets through the first line of defense there. Rolls his way forward to about the 35-yard line was Tyler. Going to bring up a 3rd and we're going to call it 4. So nice run there by Tyler. He's not been able to do that much tonight where he gets that first hit and kind of bounces off and falls his way forward for 2 or 3 more yards.
I tell you what, this is probably the very first sustained drive that we had in a while.
Yes, it is.
So
a couple first downs. We've mixed up some pass and run though too. There we go. Powell rolling his way forward. So
we know what that call was. They know from here on out it's 2 downs.
Yeah.
So they're going to get it the 4th and 1, and you know it's going to be a run play.
Yep. So picked up about 3 on the play. Going to be 4th down and 2. Fourth down. Do we still know who number 16 is on the receiving side of things here? There's handoff to Tyler Powell. Oh, I don't think he got it.
Nope. Not
He
even
was hit
close.
there at the line of scrimmage by that number combination of 55 and 53. Ball over on downs.
And he was our player, halftime performer in the first half. Joey Antoine, 3 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 7 tackles. He's already got 9 now in this game. So unfortunately, not a first down.
Right. Ball over on downs. Going to be Ellwood City Wolverines ball.
I'm assuming 16's not on our roster up here.
No, he's not.
Gotta love it. High school rosters.
So, handoff there on the right side. Taken down there nicely. Getting his nose up in there was Peyton O'Brien off on number 23, de Blasio. How many carries did he have in the first half?
He had 9 attempts for 113 yards.
Okay. You know, and you think about them 9 attempts, you know, one of them was 94. So he's kind of held at bay. Eight other runs for 16 yards. You'll let them do that all day.
You're going to look at the box score come tomorrow and see only 6 points in that first quarter and then wonder what the heck happened in that second half or second quarter.
Second 10. There's a pitch out there, number 23. Almost mishandled it. Ran into his own man, but getting up Tyler Powell, 23, tackle number 23, de Blasio again. And I think we're going to see where de Blasio is just kind of the workhorse now here. We got a quarter and a half of football left to play.
Yeah, expect no tricks here. Like,
yeah, I don't.
It's
really
been working. You run with it.
Yep.
And a quick-moving third quarter,
Yes, it
actually.
is.
3:40 already.
Yep, as compared to our first quarter. So we got a timeout from somebody.
What we got here? 23's coming over. The shoulder pad. Shoulder pad sticking up.
Oh.
Get a little correction from the ref there.
So now we go. Everyone's back the way they're supposed to be.
Let's see if the voodoo works against it.
That's right. So, quick pass out there to number 5 over the right side. Ashton Wilson missed a tackle. There he goes at the 40, the 30, 25, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, number 5. Mike Bonner on the quick pass there out in the flat. And he went about 54 yards for a touchdown.
Talk about second gear.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a couple players there, and he just blew right by.
Yep. That kid, watching the replay, he is fast.
That was, 60-yard?
60 yards. Yeah, I think they were at the 40-yard line. I mean, that only takes that kid a half hour to watch 60 minutes. He's so fast.
I tell you what, big plays.
Big, yes.
All of their
we've seen
touchdowns have been
They've
big
been
plays,
big
something
plays.
big momentum.
Yep. And we had a 6-yard run, and that was set up by about a 55-yard pass. So, on to they're going for 2. 33-0. Going for 2. Running around. There's number 9. The pass. It's caught.
By big man number
Big
8.
man number 8. We've talked about him all night. Spencer Perry, 11th grader, 6'4". The 2-point conversion is complete. That brings our score to 35-0. Mercy, mercy me. We got the mercy rule in effect now, folks. And it's just, they ran off what, 29. When you think of the end of that first quarter, and man, the defense was making stops. They were making 3 and outs.
They held Neshannock to 4 yards until that 94-yard run. 4 yards in that first quarter, and then they gave up 94 on one play.
Right. All right. So the big plays, obviously you want to limit them, and it kind of goes against what we said. Well, just by having the big plays, they've not been able to do the long, sustained drives that we kind of thought that we would see from them. Best way to stop a drive is a touchdown, and they did that 5 times so far tonight. Here's the kick, long end over and spiral kick taken there, about 18-yard line by Ashton Wilson. Full head of steam straight forward. Gonna mark him down about the 36-yard line. So 18-yard return for Ashton Wilson. So Benjamin Bobbert's out there, Rodney Grimes, Noah Bunny out there on the line. Looks like we got Ron Gibbons back in there. No, I beg your pardon, Peyton O'Brien. My dyslexia, 9 and 6. So, yes, Ashton Wilson is still out there, quarterback. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. That shotgun, handoff to Powell. And would you call that maybe one of them run-pass options? Because it looked like
right. You're running a pistol where the quarterback's out
he
from.
He almost wanted to pull that ball out, and maybe almost
it didn't matter if he did or he didn't.
Well, yeah, let me see the replay here. Might have had a guy there. I think that was designed to run all the way where the wide receivers were doing their thing. So, no gain on the play, 2nd and 10.
Again, running clocks, we're already down below just about 2 minutes.
Yep.
In his third quarter.
There's a pass out there, intercepted by number 5. He's at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. We got flags all over the place. They were going to have an illegal hit on the block. So, intercepted that ball at about the 40-yard line.
Yeah, I have a feeling this one's coming back.
Intercepted at a 45-yard line. It was returned, but we got some.
They're going to say block in the back. Wait a minute. Now, is it pass interference or is it block in the back? Okay, so it was a block in the back, so it is going to come
block in the
back.
back, take the points off the board, not the turnover. Illegal block in the back. And I think that was almost more called because it didn't need none at all because it wasn't really close to the play.
Right.
So, because number 5 with the interception, Mike Bonner, he just had the big pass play for 60 yards for the touchdown. So, either way, as the dust settles, Neshannock's ball after the interception, the 45-yard line. And up there to no, that was Bonner again. Spin move, falls his way forward. Picks up about 5 on the play.
Kind of like that, where they reward the player that just made the play.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't have a number 51 on our roster. He's in street clothes on the sidelines, too. So there's a handoff. Number 11, a quarterback now. Bonner again. Gains about 3 up to the 40-yard line. So Summerfield in there, quarterback right now. Summerfield is a 10th grader, 5'7", 145 pounds. Seen a few more substitutions coming in here for Neshannock as we're winding down this last minute of the third quarter. On the keeper is number 11. His first stiff arm. Taken down there after running around. Peyton O'Brien, or I'm sorry, Caden McClymonds in there on the stop. Summerfield, the quarterback on the keeper. Really no gain on the play. Gonna bring up 4th down and 5.
At this point, you just try to get the first down. If not, you turn it over. You got 35-0 lead.
Yeah, I think so. You know, to pin him back at this point. So
4 wide.
Summerfield, what just bubbled? They did this. No.
That or it's going. I have a feeling it's going to be handing off to number 5
so.
here.
Nope.
Oh no!
Back to pass. Thrown out there to the big tall man, number 8, Spencer Perry. Ball falls incomplete.
I'm surprised they let number 11 comes in cold throw that ball, but nonetheless, hey, we'll take it.
Yep. So, and actually, there was pretty good coverage there by the Wolverines.
And that also just took us to the fourth quarter.
Yep. Okay, folks, that is the end of the third quarter. We're going to take a quick break here on the fast-moving third quarter. We'll be back 35-0, Lancers over our Wolverines. welcome back, folks. We got 1st and 10. The Wolverines ball took the ball over on downs from Neshannock. It's 1st and 10. Ashton Wilson, the new quarterback, that last couple series. Handoff there. Tyler Powell, shake and bake, straight up the middle, picks up 8 yards.
Big hit on number 11.
Kurt Summerfield. Got him playing everywhere now. So, 2nd down. We're going to call it 3.
If I'm correct, that may be the longest play from scrimmage rushing-wise.
I think it is. Maybe even passing, too.
Yeah, pretty close.
We had that one there. For
we did
Ashton,
have that
about
one,
14.
yeah.
So, 2nd and 3. Late handoff there. Next man through.
First down.
1st down. Tyler Powell crosses midfield. Needed 3. Got about 4. So that's good enough for an Ellwood City 1st down. Ball just crossed midfield at the 49-yard line. Wilson. Handoff there to Tyler Powell. Straight up the gut he goes for about 2 yards. Going to bring up a 2nd down and 8.
Oh, I believe that's number 57,
Yep,
Noah
Noah
Bunny. Something low leg.
Yeah, appears that way. Appears that way. So they'll attend to Noah here and see what the problem is. Well, we got a minute here. The Ellwood City Blue Band will be going to the Lawrence County Band Festival this coming Wednesday night up at Taggart Stadium in Newcastle. So a nice evening if you want to go and see the 8 county bands here in the county. So you can so long support our Ellwood City Wolverines and see a real night. I think that night Westminster College comes and plays there too.
Yeah, I know they always do these different band festivals, and usually the local colleges, every once in a while, Grove City, Westminster, they do some really good stuff there. They always, it's always neat to see that stuff if you have the time to go see them, because it's neat to see the interaction. It's always a positive
it's very nice.
Vibe.
It's a very nice evening.
It's something different.
It kind of rotates around. They hosted it here at Ellwood City here a couple years ago. So
right.
Noah Bunny up, coming off the field and not putting much weight on that one leg. Kind of leaning on the trainer there as he comes off. Senior Noah Bunny. Just 3 seniors on this Wolverine roster this year. So 10 minutes and 30 seconds left to go here. Clock back running after the injury. Wilson under center. Kind of a broken play there, I'm afraid. He is taken down for a loss. Went to go right. Looked like he was trying to pitch it to somebody, and nobody there to pitch it to. Gobbled up. Nico Ruka, number 53, on the tackle. We've been saying his name more and more as the night goes on as well. So 3rd down and 9.
Again, folks, catching this live game, you can watch the replay tomorrow. We're going to put the better quality, shall we say, back up there with the live stream and whatnot. And you can also get all of the stats from tonight's game from our website, www.ecwolverines.com.
In the shotgun is Wilson. Back to pass. Runs out to his right. Tries to roll his way forward. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. There just was nowhere for him to go. And he was wanting to try to look the ball downfield and just did not have time to even think about trying to find someone to throw it to. So 4th down. So I'm going to go for it here.
Yeah, again, from here on out,
Mercy.
if it's near the 50-yard line, you're going to be going for it every time.
Yeah. So once again, cheer night, always a nice night. Next week, as we said, we'll be at Freedom, taking on the Freedom Bulldogs. Were they winning?
I believe so.
Wilson back to pass. Rolls around to the left. Makes the first man miss. Taken down there. Tried to by number 8. Then knocked out of bounds by number 2, Matt Nativio. Just hard hitting. They just keep coming, does this Lancers players. So, ball over on downs. Picked up a couple. Did Wilson, but not near enough for the first down. Looking like on the Neshannock side, a lot of clean white jerseys coming in there.
All right. Again, you'll also catch the final stats from tonight's game. We're going to do abbreviated once again, final score and final stats, and we'll talk a little bit about this game and out-of-town scores. It looked like Ellwood City, I believe, took the timeout to get all the subs in and whatnot.
They did take a timeout, Brad.
You never want to say it's a good night when you're making substitutions in the fourth quarter, but this does give them a little bit of depth action. Some players that may not see the field yet, maybe not until next year, gives them an opportunity, gets them on the field, and just to see some game time action on Friday instead of Saturday.
Well, I think if you go back and look at this game, and I mean, we have a team now. We're going to be 0-4. Won 3 games last year. So you got a group of seniors and juniors that had a tough last year. This year, not looking that much better. But just look at the body language of these players when they came out at the first quarter.
Yeah.
Halfway through the first quarter. They had some fight in there.
Yep.
And you had that
you
big
see
run
there's
of
a little
94
change.
yards, and just a little bit of change. And you can't blame them.
Right.
But they got to get this one in the books and
move on to freedom.
Move on to freedom next week. And who's after that? For homecoming. Is that Mohawk?
I believe that would be Mohawk.
Okay. Handoff there. Shake and bake is number 26. 40 to 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown. Touchdown. That was number 16 on the carry. Number 16. I don't have a number 16 on my roster. So I could be reading it wrong. So. Try 36. Try 36.
That was 36?
Yep. Matthew Ionelli.
There we go. So number 36 with the balls. That was 45 yards out.
Yep. So touchdown there for Neshannock.
Matthew Ionelli.
Matthew, yes.
That brings up a nice name I recall
a
couple years ago.
Yep, and you can probably watch him play somewhere
Yep.
tomorrow on TV.
No doubt.
Nick Ionelli up at Colgate. Nick could be a senior now or junior?
I'm not even
Time
sure.
flies.
I mean, it may be a senior.
Yep. Yes, I believe he is a senior. The extra point is good. So that's 42-0. Neshannock. Clock stops with the score. So 8:20 left to go here. Kind of starting to get that point where it's a little anticlimactic in the game. But we do appreciate you if you're still listening. I think we were on at Vinny's here tonight. So I hope you're enjoying a nice meal there at Vinny's or a refreshment. I think Doggone has us on too. New restaurant over there. I haven't checked it out yet. Going to need to do that. I think someone said they were going to have us on their screen there tonight. So we appreciate all of our viewers. Want to thank our sponsor. We don't have sponsors, I guess, but ellwoodcity.org.
People that help us out.
They're always help us out. Venezi Sporting Goods down there.
Getting the nice polos, and we can kind of sell ourselves a little bit when we go into press boxes on the way games.
We do that, so we appreciate their work and that all the things that they do to support all of Ellwood City athletics and scholastic endeavors as well. So, trying to get enough guys on the field here as the Wolverines. I think we do. We got about 12 guys on the field. Now we got one coming off. So it does get hard when you start doing all these substitutions. Number 12 with the kick. Taken on the bounce. Picked up there all the way back at the 3-yard line is Carter Lutz. Pushes his way forward. The ball kind of bounced. Took a funny bounce as it came up to Carter. And then he retrieved the ball back at about the 3-yard line, brought the ball out. What were we at, the 12-yard line?
Yep.
So, return of 9 on that play. So now we have, kind of nice to see down here, we got all the cheerleaders, at least the varsity, JV, along with Neshannock in there. So, Ellwood City ball, Nick Magnifico in there at quarterback now. There's a handoff, and he's hit quickly. Not sure who got that ball just yet.
I want to say it's going to be number 25 Toronto, but I can't
Yep.
believe. Yep.
I think it was Brooklyn Toronto there.
We've
on-
called his name a couple times in the past couple games.
Yep. Brooklyn. He's just a 10th grader. 5'8", $127. So Nick Magnifico in our quarterback now. Nick's just a freshman. We'll see him. We saw him on the sidelines last year. He was one of the water boys. Took care of that. Magnifico under center. I formation. Handoff there, Brooklyn. Nothing doing there. Gobbled up. So have out there on the line, number 70, Damian McCandless. Donovan Stifler out there, number 60. Number 19, Braden Hendrickson. Going to be on one of the guys on the outside. Antonio Perez, number 54, checking into the game. Caden Kreiser, see him out there. So on this 3rd and 15, Kreiser out to the left, Magnifico under center. Handoff there, runs up the middle, and nothing doing. Gang tackle there. That was Brooklyn Toronto on the carry, number 25. So 6:17 on this clock. Good to see Noah Bunny up running around on the sidelines. So maybe a little gingerly on that one leg, but is getting some movement. This wind's really starting to pick up here.
Right.
And we're talking about a storm possibly coming in here at some point.
The Wolverines
back
line up
to
for punt. Different punters,
Over
Nick, and
top,
he goes over his
that is
head.
gonna go over his head, out of the back of the end zone for
And
a
that is going to
safety.
be safety.
So, score is now going to be 44-0. And the Wolverines will have to do a free kick. They do that from what, the 20-yard line?
Now you got me stumped. I believe it is a 20-yard line.
Don't think about it too long. Wait 30 seconds. They'll show us.
Well, I see a ref right there standing at the 20. I'll take the 20.
Yep.
20 for 200.
All right. But during the week, folks, you can, as Brad said earlier, you can catch the game. You can catch last week's game there at ecwolverines.com. Brad will keep you up to date on all the other athletics going on in the Lincoln High School area. And Wolverines take a timeout. So as they'll go through this timeout, girls volleyball team, they won a match here this week.
Yeah, they've been playing fairly well
Really
recently. The golf team,
Yes.
boys and girls, have been fairly
Yep,
competitive.
they're doing well.
Doing some really good stuff here in the fall. It's just weird to think that some of these sports play before school even starts. It's just weird. Something different.
As we wait for this timeout here. I'm just trying to. We got homecoming in 2 weeks.
Right.
Against
I
Mohawk.
believe it's Mohawk.
So hopefully you can get out here. Hope we got another nice night of weather and can watch cheer on our Wolverines. Homecoming night. Be great to get a good crowd here. I think that's Friday night. And when's the dance? Saturday night? Saturday night. So I think we got enough guys out there on the field right now. Here's the kick by Magnifico. High end over end on the punt style kick. Taken there at the 48. Well, one of the up man, number, is it 22? Yep, number 22 on the return. Give credit to number Philip Frasso on the kickoff. So 5:35 left to go here. Ball at the 36-yard line. If you don't come to the games, we'd love to see you come out to the game. You get to hear Mr. Frank Keeley. Mr. Keeley coaches the junior high program and does just a fantastic job here keeping people here at the stadium up to date on what's going on. Number 14 at quarterback, now handoff. Oh, doggone it. Number 28, all the way down to about the 14-yard line. Picked up about 22 on that play was the carrier, number 28, Chris Petronellis. Brought down by number 19, Braden Hendrickson. So Neshannock just going to make you have to stop him. I'm assuming we have a JV game tomorrow, probably at Neshannock. So handoff to number 21, left side, drives forward. Powell keeps moving all the way down to about the 8-yard line on that first down run. And that was number 21 again on the carry. Bobby Martin. Second down and 4. We got a timeout, official timeout. I think they're checking something on one of the players. I'm not sure what we're doing.
Yeah.
Did we see some?
Oh, you know what? I'm seeing it in the right corner. I just caught it. I believe we just saw lightning. I'm wondering if it's lightning because I saw something flash in the right corner.
Well, you know
Not
what?
sure
If
what it
it's
is.
Lightning, we can go home.
Yeah, I believe it's lightning, and they're telling the players to come and shake hands. So I have a feeling
our
it
game.
was. Yeah, you see the heat lightning in the corner. So that would naturally be a 30-minute wait. We're not doing that tonight.
Nope, not on a mercy roll. So this game is complete. The weather has called the game, and the mercy roll has called it as well. That is 44-0 Neshannock Lancers over our Ellwood City Wolverines. Stay with us, folks. We're going to have some halftime stats here for you.
Final stats.
Final stats. I'm sorry. Final stats, as well as some out-of-town scores. So we'll be right back.
All right, we're going to come back and get abbreviated final stats here and final performers for both teams. Final score, Neshannock Lancers win this one easily, 44-0 over the Wolverines. The Wolverines now fall to, what is it now, 0-4 on the season and 0-2 in conference play. Neshannock gets a big win, and they are now tied with the big guys. Now, those games still haven't come final yet, but they're tied with the big guys, New Brighton and Freedom. They go to 3-1, but 3-0 in conference play. Scoring by quarters, Neshannock 6, 21, 8, and 9. The big one being that second quarter. You can even throw in the last minute of that first quarter. The Neshannock Lancers were held to 4 yards through 10 minutes of a first quarter. And in one play, 94 yards for a touchdown, gave it 6-0. Weatherby then completed a pass to Cameron Owens for 42 yards, made it 13-0 in the second quarter. Completed pass to Cameron Owens again for 28 yards, 20-0. And right before halftime, Braden Gannock from 9 yards out made it 27-0. Coming out of the third quarter, Ethan Weatherby completed a pass to Bonner, and the two-point conversion was good to make it a mercy roll at 35-0. And in the fourth quarter, Matthew and Iannelli, number 36, ran up the middle for 55 yards, 42-0. And then the last play, a punt. The ball was snapped and over top the head of Nick Magnifico, and that gave you a safety to make the final score 44-0. Final stats, team-wise, wow. Just wow. Whew. We haven't seen one of these games in a while. Total yards-wise, completely dominated by the Lancers. 459-73 in favor of the Lancers. Number of plays, Ellwood actually had more plays than Neshannock did, 50-42. But here's the average yard per play, 1.5 versus 10.9. Insane. Running the ball, they had a runner 2 weeks ago. Gannock put up 250 yards by himself. Tonight, the two-headed monster combined for 313 rushing yards compared to Wolverines to 23. Passing-wise, 146 in favor of Neshannock, 250 for the Wolverines. Penalties, that is the one stat we were pretty good except for that one personal foul. 1 for 15 for the Wolverines, 8 for 73. The Neshannock Lancers cleaned it up in the second half, had no penalties in the second half. Turnovers, the Wolverines had 3 because technically at safety, technically considered as a turnover on downs, but 3 compared to just 2 turnovers for Neshannock in the game. Time of possession was dominated, actually was won by the Wolverines, 26 minutes compared to 21, but that usually happens when a team is down by a lot. First downs, 13-5 for Neshannock, as your final score again read 44-0 in favor of the Lancers. Some individual stats. Passing leaders for Neshannock, Ethan Weatherby, 5 for 11, 146, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. For the Wolverines, Ashton Wilson coming in that second half, 3 passes on 4 attempts, 31 yards, and unfortunately had that 1 interception. Rushing-wise for the Wolverines, Tyler Powell, 21 carries, not a good average, 30 yards. That's got to be made differently next week, only a 1.4 average per carry. For Neshannock, DJ de Blasio, 11 attempts, 120 yards, 1 touchdown, an average of 10.9. And then Braden Gannock, 7 carries, 108 yards, 1 touchdown, 15.4 yards per carry. Matthew Iannelli, 1 for 55 and a touchdown. Chris Petronellis, 1 for 22. You guys get the stat line here. Total, again, rushing-wise, 313 for the Lancers. Just some crazy stats there. Receiving-wise, Mike Bonner, number 5, 2 receptions, 73 yards, 1 touchdown. Cameron Owens, 2 receptions, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. So they combined for 4 catches and 3 touchdowns. Pretty insane stat there. And then for the Wolverines, Tyler Powell, 1 reception, 15 yards. Defense-wise, leading the way for Neshannock was number 55, Joey Antuano. He finished with 10 tackles, 2 sacks, and 4 tackles for loss. For the Wolverines, a little bit interesting here. Number 6, Ryan Gibbons, making tackles at the middle linebacker and then also playing a little bit on that defensive line, bumping up every once in a while. Had 7 total tackles for the Wolverines. So there's your individual stats. Again, you can catch all those stats on our website at ecwolverines.com. You can also catch a recap of this game in text or a blog-wise tomorrow morning, right before college football starts at noon tomorrow. A couple out-of-town scores for you. A couple games that are still, some of them are probably final by now. Riverside did defeat Western Beaver, and that was 14-7 at half. Big blowout, 37-7 in favor of Riverside. So once we just thought we figured out Midwestern Conference, it just surprises you once again. So there's a big one. Running down through here, checking other scores. A lot of these games are going final, and I'm having to scroll here a little bit and trying to find a couple games to talk about. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so that Washington game went final. Washington was an early score in the second quarter. It was 16-0. Washington blows out Brownsville 44-7. Wilmington, wow, putting up big numbers on Lakeview. It's 42-0. They win that one. As Newcastle News Sports reports, the Hounds are real once again. Yeah, 42-0, big win.
They're loaded. They got a good quarterback, and they got a kind of an Ellwood connection there because one of the teachers here at Ellwood, Sean McConaughey, is an assistant coach there at New Wilmington, and his son, Junior McConaughey, pretty good all-purpose player on that team as well.
Continuing through some out-of-town scores, we always like to include Beaver County Times as well. They've done some really good coverage recently. I know we're not in Beaver County Times anymore, or Beaver County Conference per se, as Midwestern has kind of moved back to Lawrence County a little bit. Mike Byers from Beaver County Times reporting, this is the 100th year for Ambridge football. You don't want to find another person to feel bad with, but Ambridge was outgained 414 yards to 17 through three quarters, so not as...
and that's former coach Don Phillips.
And that's former coach Don Phillips, yes.
I was here 3 years ago and had about an 9 or 11-year stint here at Ellwood City. And is down at Ambridge now.
Out of other scores, Ulsh 46-12 over Rochester. That surprised me. Rochester's usually a good team. I know Ulsh, with it being a private school, usually has big players, but that one surprised me. Rochester's not been the same Rochester team.
The same. I think we're looking at a down year for them.
Right. Aliquippa, not a big score here, but they did beat Montour 27-14. This is my favorite team now. I was talking to a colleague of mine at the CTC. She, both her son and daughter, her son actually graduated last year, but both of them went to Central Valley. She's a Central Valley person. They beat North Catholic 28-14. Central Valley sitting here 4-0, and I tell you what, I don't want to say it just yet, but that could be your number one team in 4A.
Could be. That game tonight was touted as kind of like what could be a playoff meeting down the road.
I believe this one went final. I'm not really sure. They didn't say if it was final score, but Shenango had a 27-14 lead. I believe that one at some point has gone final, so it looks like Shenango picks up another win. They've got now, three wins? They were playing Western Beaver.
Okay.
Not Western Beaver. Sarah Catholic. Sorry.
Okay. Yes, Sarah Catholic.
They had to make that trip. It is a final score, 27-14, Shenango. Clareton Bears.
Shenango, just to go back, was minus one of their good players tonight.
Right. Their running back was
the Watkins kid.
He was suspended. We'll leave that one be. But
he got ejected, and high school rules, if you get ejected from the game today, you don't play next week.
Exactly. Clareton Bears finally getting back on the board. I think they now improved their record to 2-2. That was the first time since 2005 that Clareton started the year 0-2. They beat up their team. I'm not even sure 100% who they're playing, but they won 58-0, not even close. Blackhawk in that Ambridge game, outgaining them 414-17 through three quarters. Also, final score, Blackhawk 49, Ambridge nothing. Pine Richland just moving on in 6A, 56-0 over Butler. Let's see. Any other more local scores we got here? We'll take one more check. I believe that's it for me. You can catch all of this week's final scores around the WPIL. What I try to do is every Thursday I do a little audio podcast that I post on the website. I also put it through the blog, so it goes on your social media accounts to talk about a preview for Friday night's game and also recap what had all happened in this past week. So check that out as well. A little bit of everything going on here at www.ecwolverines.com. I'll pass over to Thad, and he'll take us out.
All right, great. Thank you, Brad. Tough one tonight, and we looked good for about 8 minutes, and then things happen. So Brad said check out his Twitter, Instagram. Follow him for any breaking news or action regarding Ellwood City sports in the upcoming week. We'll be coming to you pretty sure 7:30, so probably on air 20 after 7 next Friday night. I think that's everything else. So on behalf of Brad Windhorst and myself, Thad Sturgeon, we thank you for listening tonight. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast as much as we've enjoyed presenting it to you. Once again, Ellwood City falling to Neshannock Lancers tonight, 44-0. Thank you. Have a good week.